smaller guy, and you're chasing the fight, and you're giving it your all, and you're putting everything into every punch, you go tired. Doesn't matter how fit you are, you're still going to go tired. You can't really afford to go tired against him.
I just think that Chris Eubank Jr wins the fight and he wins it on points. I think that he will just get into a rhythm. Conor will tire in the second half of the fight and Eubank will come out a points winner.
Yeah, I can be a world champ. I don't think he can. I don't think he's good enough to reign. He's tried and failed. Conor Benn, I think he's still got a career after this fight. 28, 29 years old. He's still got title ambitions at 147. 2 weight divisions below where this fight.
Duke McKenzie destroyed Conor Benn for fighting Chris Eubank Jr. in live interview. McKenzie didn't mince words. Benn's so-called power looks laughable next to Eubank's size and ring IQ. This isn't just a mismatch, it's a warning. Conor's hype far exceeds his ability and fans may need to lower their expectations.
That's what I think. I can't really see Ben's power playing a big part in this because he's going to fall short because of the size difference. And Eubank is wily enough and clever enough.
McKenzie breaks it down brutally. This isn't just another fight, it's a clear hierarchy. Conor Benn might have heart, but heart doesn't beat size, reach, and experience. Eubank's advantage is glaring, and Benn risks being swallowed up before he can even land meaningful shots. The gap between them is terrifyingly obvious.
At levels, isn't it, Simon? Do you see what I mean? I'd like to think he could hold his own with Eubank, but I just see Eubank's size just being too much for him.
Chris's combination power is a nightmare waiting to happen, and Chisora lays it bare. Benn isn't used to that kind of precision. One slip could cost him the fight. This isn't just skill, it's devastation packaged neatly into every attack. Benn's ego might meet the harshest reality of his career.
If he murders somebody, we will not find out, at least for about 20 years. Yeah, but if other people murder people, they don't like to brag about it. He don't brag.
Put it in.
Hearn's passion is obvious, but beneath the loyalty lies a dangerous truth. This fight isn't about emotion, it's about reality. Benn's effort alone won't bridge the tactical and physical gap. Hearn's confidence can't mask that Conor may be walking into a storm he isn't prepared to survive.
Win badly every week, and it's got nothing to do with Eubank. It's for Conor Benn. I want Conor Benn to win. I don't want Eubank to lose. I think that energy can come back and bite you in the arse. I've learned that over the years. I just want our guy to win for the work that he's put in, and I believe
Chris isn't just fighting Benn, he's about to publicly school him. Bomek's words reveal a fighter obsessed with leaving no doubt. Meanwhile, Conor looks like the kid who showed up to a pro match with a water pistol, hopeful, unprepared, and destined to be embarrassed in front of everyone watching.
I think Chris is, he want to put a stamp on the win. That's what he definitely want to do. He want to put a stamp on it. And I can see it. I can see the way he trained in camp, and that's what the trainer wants. He want to see the fighter, man, push extra and push more.
Benn's rambling exposes him for what he is, full of hot air and no substance. Eubank dismantled him once, and the memory stings. Fans hear Benn stumbling over words while trying to hype himself, making him look like a small fish, pretending he belongs in a shark tank.
Weird. I don't like it. It really doesn't affect me personally. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do exactly what I did to you in April. I'm gonna take your soul.
I was back in the gym on the Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. So you
like a good sparring session.
Your soul will be getting taken.
I was back in the gym on Sunday, ready to go again. While you were crying about your flipping tongue now. Don't come here with that, Chris. You got beat up by a welterweight. You see your...
Conor's posturing is laughable. He's playing fighter on Twitter, not in the ring. Someone's still believing in Benn like he's a lottery ticket. 2 extra years don't make up for tactical naivety, poor timing, and an inflated ego. While fans cling to hope, the reality is stark. Conor is stepping into a fight that will likely highlight every weakness he's been hiding.
I believe Conor Benn's going to win. I think that the extra 2 years benefits Conor Benn. Because listen, Eubank's had a couple of tough fights since then, but listen, I like Eubank. I think he's good for boxing.
Adam Smith nails it. Benn isn't just facing a clever opponent, he's facing a man who already left him reeling. Conor's confidence is fragile, built on denial rather than reality. Chris's proven superiority makes Benn look like a hopeful amateur trying to play with pros, an embarrassing mismatch waiting to happen.
But then Chris is clever, and he knows how to navigate fights. and he knows he beat him.
Chris Eubank Jr.'s approach is pure masterclass, and while he's scheming, Conor Benn looks like he's stumbling through a maze blindfolded. Throwing banana skins isn't a clever tactic, it's a metaphor for how Benn will be constantly outmaneuvered. Eubank's intelligence and preparation make Benn's prior confidence laughable. He's the fighter who believes his last fight's small successes make him dangerous, but in reality, he's stepping into a chess game while still trying to play checkers. Fans watching will see Benn scrambling to react to every twist, exposing his lack of adaptability, while Eubank's calm and calculated plan will make him look like a rookie and over his head.
I wanted a new set of eyes on this fight. I didn't want to go in there with the same kind of game plan, and you know, we got to throw some banana skins in there. We've got to catch this.
Duke McKenzie's words are merciless, and they cut straight to the heart of Benn's inflated bravado. Claiming he could knock out Eubank was pure fantasy. Benn's punches lack the weight and precision to intimidate a seasoned pro. McKenzie paints a picture of a fighter blindly flailing, overestimating his abilities while underestimating his opponent. The contrast is stark. Eubank respects his craft. Benn respects nothing but his own hype. Fans watching will see a boxer trying to be his father's shadow, but instead looking like an amateur pretending to belong on the big stage. Benn's lack of foresight is on full display, and it's painful to watch.
Oh, Conor Benn. Conor Benn's not a massive puncher, not even at welterweight, so really, he's kind of mugged himself off a little bit by saying, I'm going to knock this guy out. He didn't give Eubank enough respect. Like I say, he was throwing shots at several points in that fight, and he wasn't even looking where they were going. It was just like head down, just winging the shots over. He's not.
Tony Bellew breaks down the reality that Benn refuses to face. When Eubank lands, Benn's foundation crumbles. His stiffening legs and lack of composure make him vulnerable to every tactical adjustment Eubank makes. While Benn's bravado paints him as fearless, Bellew's analysis exposes him as a reactive, easily rattled fighter. Fans will notice Benn scrambling after heavy shots, struggling to protect himself and relying on luck to stay upright. Eubank's calculated bodywork and precision will leave Benn looking overmatched, his confidence shattered with each clean connection. This isn't just a close fight, it's a lesson in skill and preparation that Benn desperately isn't ready for.
Conor has him. Yeah. He's rocking. His legs go stiff. You just need the composure in them moments, and then you set it up, you attack the body, you get him to drop his hands again. The next heavy temple shot, chin shot, whatever, it's gonna rock and put him over. The rope might keep him up. I believe we may see a knockdown Saturday, but ultimately, I think it'll be a really close.
Bomek's confidence in Chris Eubank Jr. exposes the painful contrast with Conor Benn. While Chris embodies precision, killer instinct, and calculated aggression, Benn is still trying to figure out where he belongs in the ring. Bomek's words suggest that working with a fighter like Chris is straightforward. His mindset, discipline, and hunger do all the heavy lifting. Benn, on the other hand, walks in with inflated self-belief, a shaky defense, and a tendency to overestimate his power. Fans watching will see a man attempting to assert himself against a fighter who already has every tool Benn lacks: anticipation, timing, and mental toughness. Benn's punches are wild, his tactics predictable, and his composure fragile. Every fan watching will recognize the inevitability. Chris isn't just going to win. He's going to humiliate Benn in a way that leaves no doubts about the gap in skill, preparation, and pure fight IQ. Benn's hype doesn't stand a chance against this level of professional ruthlessness.
I just believe in Chris's skill and his will that he has. You know, Chris always the one that he wants to win. He got that killer instinct. And once you got to get a fighter like that,
Adam Smith perfectly sums up the reality. Benn is standing between Eubank Jr. and a potential resurgence, yet he appears utterly unprepared for the task. Benn's belief in his chances is based on past proximity to success rather than any actual demonstration of improvement. He relies on moving up in weight and going the distance as though that automatically grants him legitimacy, but in truth, he's facing a fighter with superior ring IQ, preparation, and composure. Every fan watching can sense the mismatch. Benn will struggle to impose himself, overestimate his abilities, and waste energy chasing moments that Eubank Jr. has already calculated. While Eubank Jr. approaches the fight like a master tactician, Benn fumbles like an amateur trying to fake confidence. This isn't just a fight, it's a high-profile lesson in humility. By the time the final bell rings, Benn's overconfidence will have been completely dismantled, leaving him exposed and humiliated.
Right, and I think Eubank Jr., if he gets this win and there's a new lease of life maybe under Bomac, 2026, maybe finally he could become a world champion. But he's got to get past Conor Benn first, and Conor Benn, not just hungry for revenge, he believes he can win this because of what happened first time round, because he went 12 rounds at middleweight, up in class, after a long layoff. Some people fancy Benn in this.
Chris Eubank Sr.'s words highlight the glaring difference between hype and reality. While he gives credibility to his son's disciplined, skilled approach, Benn relies on external factors and past narratives to build his reputation. This interview exposes the truth. Benn hasn't earned the respect he assumes, and his attempts to project toughness are overshadowed by Eubank Jr.'s calculated excellence. Fans will see Benn's insecurity bleeding through. He's the type of fighter who talks big, but struggles to back it up when faced with genuine skill. He depends on legacy and luck, while Chris relies on preparation, precision, and killer instinct. Eubank Sr.'s confidence in his son underscores how much Benn is outmatched mentally and physically. Every prediction, every sparring story, and every training session points to the inevitable Benn's bravado will be shattered by a fighter built to exploit his every weakness. In the ring, Conor will be exposed for the fighter who talks louder than he hits.
Talking about Crawford, what are you talking about?
Okay.
You haven't, I mean, it seems to me as I go back and look, I'm the only one giving him credibility. I don't believe he had anything to do with being juiced up. He got juiced up. His team juiced him up, whoever they are. That's my view. I don't think he had anything to do with it.
They'll have a different view on that, of course.
And I don't mind them coming.
Oladipo's assessment puts Benn in a harsh spotlight. The bigger guy has already shown he can dominate, and Benn's supposed growth is still unproven. While fans cling to hope, Benn remains a fighter reacting instead of dictating. He has felt power, but understanding it and surviving it are two different things. Eubank Jr.'s age is a minor factor. His skill, composure, and ring intelligence vastly outweigh any perceived decline. Benn's chance to kick on seems more wishful thinking than reality. Fans watching will see a fighter who overestimates his resilience, underestimates his opponent, and risks looking foolish in front of a sold-out stadium. Eubank Jr. will control the tempo, exploit weaknesses, and remind everyone why Benn's hype doesn't match his talent. In the rematch, Benn's bravado will face the ultimate reality check, leaving him scrambling and exposed as a fighter still learning the basics.
The end sort of bigger guy won it. The rematch is going to be interesting, I think. He's now realised that I can hurt that fighter. I've felt the other fighter's power. Next time, I know what's coming. I think he might even do better in the next one. I think he's got a shout to win it.
And Eubank's older.
I get these fights, but you do want to see Benn. Can you kick on to try and win her?
Carl Frauke's insight reveals the subtle reality. Benn's improvement is minor, and any changes may barely keep him competitive. His tendency to rush, waste energy, and overcommit is still his defining weakness. While Frauke acknowledges Benn's potential to adapt, fans know he is still the fighter who struggles under pressure, makes poor tactical decisions, and exposes himself to precision counters. Eubank Jr.'s calm, calculated style will exploit every lapse in timing and composure, turning Benn's attempts at control into opportunities for punishment. Watching Benn try to catch Eubank Jr. while maintaining composure will be painfully entertaining, the type of fight where every misstep compounds his humiliation. Frauke's commentary reminds viewers that while Benn might show flashes of cleverness, he's still outclassed in skill, preparation, and fight IQ. Every fan watching will see him being tested at every turn, struggling to manage distance, timing, and energy, while a superior fighter dismantles him methodically.
He's improving, he'll learn a lot from that first fight. So this fight for me is a lot closer. Conor can catch him and calm it down a little bit on the outside and not rush like he was rushing his work and all the head movement and little short steps and all this on the outside. Unnecessary energy getting wasted all around.
After everything we've broken down, it's painfully clear Conor Benn is stepping into a ring stacked against him. From Bomac to Frauke, every analyst sees the same story. Eubank Jr. is smarter, faster, stronger, and mentally ruthless. Benn's bravado, social media hype, and desperate attempts to replicate his father's legacy are no match for Chris's precision and killer instinct. Fans will watch him scramble, stumble, and be methodically dismantled while Eubank executes like a master tactician. This isn't just a fight, it's a lesson in humility, preparation, and pure skill. If you think Ben can somehow turn this around, think again. Smash that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Who do you see surviving Eubank Jr.'s masterclass? Will Ben finally learn the hard way, or is a shocking upset still on the cards? The Ring will answer.